Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the Donkey Punch Central Awards for 2010. What we're going to be doing now, sort of continuing on with our video game section. Going to be laying down for you our best games of the year, our worst games of the year, throwing on some ones that we thought were underrated games, ones that we thought were overrated games. Yeah, so if you like video games, this is a video for you. If you don't, you might want to fuck off to the MMA ones.
Ooh,
yeah.
You're being
But don't fuck off. Don't fuck off. Just fuck off over to those ones.
Don't log go to the forum, or if you're watching this from Facebook or whatever.
Yeah,
just
well, people can't log off of Facebook. It's like Coke.
Yeah, I know. every website you go to, it's like connect with
Connect
Facebook.
with Facebook.
It's like no. Okay.
Let Facebook know where you are at all times.
Facebook wants to know what you're wearing. But anyway.
Facebook also used to want to know who you hooked up with. That was pretty creepy.
This has now become the Facebook Award.
How do you know this person? I hooked up with them. Why the fuck would Facebook need to know that? Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to be getting into some of our best games now, some of our best games of the year. We did this as a top 10, and we're going to be doing this in order. We're going to be starting from the bottom, going to the top, like everyone should. So I'm going to be starting at the bottom of my list. My number 10 best game of the year, Red Dead Redemption for the Xbox 360 and the PS3. What's kind of funny about that is when we first started doing this, Red Dead Redemption actually was listed on my worst games list, which probably throws my rating system totally out the window. I'm probably a total hypocrite for moving a worst game to a best. But when I first played it, when I first watched it being played, really didn't think too much of it. I thought it kind of looked pretty, but I don't know, for whatever reason I just couldn't get into it. And then a buddy of mine, Tony Cormier, second or third shout out on this video. Tony bought it, and I watched him play it for a couple hours, and just to see how much fun he was having with it, you know, made me want to give it a second chance. So I popped it in, gave it a second chance for a couple hours, and actually, for whatever reason this time, really enjoyed it. I was replaying the stuff that I had already played, but for whatever reason, just really started to enjoy it this time. So I thought, toss it on the list there, down around the bottom of the list, but Red Dead Redemption, my number 10 game of the year.
I haven't played it.
No?
I just, you know, everyone loves it.
Yeah.
And my friend Neil, he said he's gonna
all kinds of shout-outs on these videos.
He said he's gonna lend it to me.
Oh, is
that
it?
and the Undead one. So, you know, it won't get to be on my list for this year in any way, but I'll play it probably.
That's true. Undead Nightmare, probably the best add-on of the year. If we were having an award for that, looks like probably the best.
You know what?
Add-on content.
Right now, add-on of the year.
Undead Nightmare for Red Dead Redemption. Yeah.
Just like that.
There you go. You see how quick we do this? It's fluid. It's fluid. We know it. This is only the 8th time we tried to tape this. I mean, this is just fluid. Going.
There's a time we stop because we hear voices outside of my room, and
which is better than hearing them in your head, I guess.
I hear those too.
Well, I mean, just saying it's better when you hear them out there. All right. Number 10.
My number 10 is a little indie game I played called.
You're gonna learn real quick. This guy is a pretentious cunt.
I am pretentious. I am very pretentious. Very pretentious.
My little indie game.
My little indie game.
Fuck. Sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They're gonna see bloodshed here. It's called Racketeer. And basically what it is it's part RPG and part item shop simulator.
Oh yes, I remember you telling me about this, yes.
Yeah. The gist of it is that you run an item shop and, you know, it's like any game where you run a shop. You haggle with people and set prices, stuff like that. And in order to get your items, what you do is you hire adventurers to go into dungeons, and then it becomes like an action RPG. And that's pretty much all there is to it. I just think it's an original idea.
Yeah. Any RPG you ever played, you always go into those item shops. You think, what is that dude's story?
Yeah.
That dude that only says one thing to me.
Well, it turns out they hired an adventurer to go into this dungeon and risk his life. And there you go.
Nice.
You always wonder, how many swords did they have? Well, now you know.
Well, now you know.
This game gives you a backstory to every item shop in an RPG you've ever been in.
Nice.
And that's pretty important.
That is. That's not a bad idea at all.
Something that no one cared about, but someone answered it anyway.
There you go.
There you go.
Big ups to the developers of that game,
I don't know who you are.
Flipping it. Don't know it.
Yeah,
Ooh.
you put more effort into your research. I'm not even gonna list what systems things are. No, I might. I don't know. We'll see.
You know what? Go find it yourselves.
I don't care.
Gonna take my number 9 game is a. It's not. It's not. I was gonna say it was a PS3 exclusive, but it's not because it's on 360 as well. It's a racing game called Blur. Blur came out. Blur is basically the grown-up version of Mario Kart. It has a lot of racing, just fairly bare bones racing game, but with a lot of Mario Kart inspired things to it. You pick up power-ups along the way. You pick up weapons. Very destructive racing game, and it's one of those ones that you can pick up and play, and it's instant fun. It's like I say, has drawn so many favorable comparisons to Mario Kart games, and every time I picked up and played, I was just this big grin every time I was playing. It was just so much fun. So I'm going to toss Blur on there as my number 9 game of the year. Graphics were also fantastic.
Yeah, Blur was a really fun racing game. This was a year that had some really good, arcade-ish, racing games.
Blur, Split Second, Gran Turismo.
Yeah, but Gran Turismo is more realistic.
Yeah, that's true.
But you also had Mod Nation Racers stuff. It was a good year for those kind of racing games. And those are the only racing games I like.
Yeah.
I don't even like Gran Turismo and stuff. I'm just not a big. I don't like cars. Yeah, I said it. I don't like cars. That's why I walk everywhere.
We don't even fucking have driver's licenses. Just take that.
Yeah. But so Blur was fun. I spent some time with it. Yeah, it's a good choice. Good choice. My number 9 is a little indie game. No, just kidding. It's actually a game for PS3 and Xbox.
Little indie system called PS3.
Yeah, you should really check it out. I think it's gonna make big waves in the
might be hard to find. But.
Yeah. I think it's a serious contender to Nintendo. I think the Super Nintendo is in some trouble.
It's in big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
So my game is called Enslaved: Odyssey to the West. And basically it's an adventure game, with some platforming and some action and
major boobage.
Great scenery, great atmosphere.
Yeah.
Major boobage. More major boobage.
Yeah. I only watched you play it for about 20 minutes, but that was one of the first things that I noticed.
Boobs.
Take that for what it is.
All that really matters.
There's a lot of boobs in that game.
I don't think there's that much boobs. There's a lot of robots.
Yeah, there's a lot of robots.
I fight robots a lot.
And there's one very scantily clad woman.
Yeah. Yeah, there's good music. I think the emphasis is really on the story. There's a great plot twist at the end. While the platforming of the game is very rarely actually challenging because there's no real danger until the end, there's some platforming. It's just a pretty epic game.
Did you want to spoil the party for everybody and tell them what the twist is?
No.
M. Night Shyamalan shows up.
Yeah.
What a twist!
I don't want to spoil the twist. Just play the game.
Just play the game.
It's not like it's this unknown, obscure game. You can probably find it wherever. It's at Blockbuster.
You can probably find it at your local Blockbuster, used for $34.99.
We are sponsored by Blockbuster.
I wish I had the shirt. It's black, but I ain't got the logo.
So that's mine.
I should have known it. Number 8. Number 8 on my top 10 list goes to Star Wars Force Unleashed 2. I'm a relatively new... Did I say Star Wars or Star Trek?
I think you said Star Wars.
Okay. I wasn't sure. For whatever reason, I was like, you jackass, you just said Star Trek. Now the Star Wars versus Star Trek geeks are like, ah.
And you know what? You both suck.
You both suck.
There.
Exactly.
There. It's done.
I'm a relatively new Star Wars fan. I only really even started following Star Wars or the extended universe or anything like that maybe